Okay, so you've gone through the goal setting exercise, and now we're going to click on the commitment tab, and I'm going to take you through some other really huge questions that you might be surprised are going to hit you in the feels. Okay. And the reason why I've done this is because just asking people to set goals and dig into why they want to set them has become such a white noise thing. That if you don't ask the right questions, you might not actually get to the root of what it is you want and why you want it. So, and usually what happens is you have a lack of belief in your ability to follow through that interferes with any of it. And then you get stuck in this cycle of never achieving what your heart wants. So if you've tried focusing on your health and fitness habits before, you've probably had your own experience to learn that all or nothing is never the way to achieve long-term success. But it is all about following through on the commitments you make so that you strengthen the trust and integrity that you have with your word rather than losing trust when you abandon your good intentions. So the disconnect here usually is that someone else hands you a program, someone else handles you a plan, and it gives you the structure that ideally, if you were to follow it, you would achieve health and fitness goals. But when you're not in the driver's seat of creating something that is doable for you where you're at right now, oftentimes you're going to abandon your good intentions. You're going to feel frustrated. You're going to feel sad. You're going to feel, you're going to increase more self-doubt because you didn't follow through. And every single time that happens, it damages your belief in yourself and your relationship with your own trust and integrity. So what we want to do through this process, as I already showed you, is help you set yourself up for success, knowing what you are capable of and building confidence and belief in the process. So here's some questions I want you to ask. Again, if you need to grab your coffee, a quiet spot by yourself, this is as real as it gets. And oftentimes we've never faced head on the truth that's inside that has been holding you back. So these are simple questions, but they have a huge impact. What must you believe in order to succeed in reaching your goals? So pretend I'm the fairy, and what you wrote on the previous page under your, if you knew you could not fail, and I'm going to come and grant it for you. But in order for you to be the kind of person that takes the action to achieve that, what must you believe in order to succeed? And oftentimes, the main answer is simple, right? It's, well, I have to believe that I can do it. So I think that's almost a gimme. I think that's probably the answer that we really need to write down, is that we have to ultimately believe we can do something in order to be able to reach a goal. Because regardless of whether or not you're capable of something, your belief on whether or not you can do it is 100% what dictates whether you will or you won't. So pretend for a second that the wand that I waved actually granted you the belief. So you now believe that you can achieve what you wrote on the previous page. So imagine that as a fact, like 100%, I have granted you the ability to do it. How does it feel to believe that? Like, for real? Like, I've removed all of your obstacles. I've removed anything that has held you back. And I want you to really write down with your own pen, your own hand, how does it feel to believe that you can achieve the goal that you wrote on the previous page? It feels pretty damn good. And you actually get this little spark of motivation when you start to understand what it feels to believe that. And this is the one that teared me up when I did this. And it was, what must you stop believing? I should say, what must you stop believing? And this is where the truth of how we've been holding ourselves back comes to light. And it's sometimes difficult to say out loud because you never really shone a light on it before, and it's just sort of in the back of your mind. But like even something simple like I must stop believing that there's something wrong with me. I must stop believing that I can't do this. So you're going to give up believing whatever you write in that last question in order to move forward and meet each and every one of your Project 100 goals.